evening and welcome to tonight's presentation. Here in the final days of the NBA regular season, Greg, every team trying to wrap things up on a high note.
Yeah, and even the top teams doing what they can to head into the postseason with some momentum, right? While lottery teams want to finish strong and have something to build off of.
And now Washington's starting group. We've got Johnson. Coulibaly is out there with Riley. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Sarr in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. James in the high post. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Doncic finds Smart. And the dunk by Doncic.
There's no end to the ways Doncic can score.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Washington Wizards. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the board.
The poor rebounding is something that they'll have to shore up going forward. It puts you at such a disadvantage when you look at the battle of possessions.
Here's Reeves playing Brooklyn. He was nearly unstoppable. And that one's good. Doncic.
Oh, nice touch on Luka's mid-range there. The product of a lot of practice time and natural talent.
Back to Young from the arc. Can't hit that one.
0 for 3, not the start they're looking for.
And for 2 seasons running, Richard, the Lakers have bowed out in the first round. How do they change that and go further?
Well, now they've been able to balance this roster a little better, adding some size up front. That was something that really hurt them last year against the Wolves.
Now, here is Young, following the miss by DeAndre Ayton. He gets it in there.
When you watch Young, there's a courage to his game.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Back to Doncic. Crafty move. And the dunk by Doncic.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there? It just gets to the rack really easy.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Pass to Riley. The Wizards working the ball around now. Sarr against Ayton. Just 5 to shoot. From deep, Johnson. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Lakers leading by 4. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. He knows they're in for a tough matchup against Trae Young. Coach told me Trae is an offensive savant, but we have to find a way to disrupt his game. We're going to throw some length at him, pick him up once he crosses half court, and pound him on every possession. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Here's Coulibaly. Really had troubles in the loss to Portland. Sarr, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
With skills like a traditional wing, Sarr might get more looks like that from the mid-range.
Here's James. Oh! How about that slam?
One of the most ferocious dunkers we've ever seen. James still enjoys putting on a show.
And another look at that last play with the AT&T Connected Cam. Wizards trail by 4. Young looking around. 12 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. From 10 feet out, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. They went to Washington for their last meeting with the Wizards, and they came out with the win.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Yeah, the reserves added another dimension to their offense, and the opposition had no answers on how to slow them down.
And so it's Los Angeles, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more in store for you right after this. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Lakers here so far, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
So on the floor for Washington, Hardy is out there with Carlton Carrington. Then there's Gill. And it's Vukcevic in at the center, filling up the middle.
And right there, you see the decision-making ability of Hachimura. Sets his man up perfectly.
Gill, the pass to Hardy. Gill with a screen on Kennard. Hands it from downtown. Hardy's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's LaRavia. And the three off target. Wizards trail by 6. Here's Champagnie. Last game he had 10 points. They set the screen. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. And so J.J. Redick will call a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. With some changes. Smart's checked in for Jake LaRavia. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Luke Kennard. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Lakers. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. And again, no good by the Lakers. Wizards trail by 4. And the big fella Alex R showing promise. Craig especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, great mobility for a 7-footer. That's invaluable for a big man in today's game. And has the makings of a modern offensive game as well.
Reeves can't hit. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Pass to Song. 6 to shoot. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2. Right side, Smart. Reeves outside. Shoots it. They can't stop the run with that one.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, the Lakers going out and acquiring superstar talent in Luka Doncic. LeBron James said, everything I do on the floor, Doncic has the ability to do it or even do it better. That's how great he is. Even at his young age, he's such a unique, special player. A generational talent. Guys, back over to you.
They're clearly happy to have him. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting. The 3 for Doncic. Oh, Doncic with a confident 3 ball.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Pass to Champagnie. Back to Young. 27 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Champagnie. Nice ball movement by Washington. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside, Smart. Reeves with it. Pass to Doncic. Over Young. Great positioning inside from Doncic.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers lead by 5. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half court. Front row, please. They're thinking about the shot. Let's hear it for the participants.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up? And when you're down at the bottom of a list like this, always a tough place to be.
Yep, you could send some of those teams to Cancun right now.
Some aren't even good enough for Cancun. Where are they going, Kenny?
I don't know. Let me think. Galveston? Send them to Galveston.
Sounds like that might be a nice getaway. I'd like to get away from you two right now, as a matter of fact. All right, looking back now at that first half, we just saw some obstacles to overcome for the Washington Wizards.
I hate what they're doing on defense. Giving up too many gimmies, it makes me mad just watching it.
And I've seen you on the golf course and the hardwood, Jack. Gimmies are the only shots you make.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
And GA, you know, some people argue that defense has declined in recent years. Would you agree?
I think mostly it's just harder to defend in today's game. You have to cover so much more ground, and with the lack of physicality, it just makes it more challenging.
The guard pair will be Doncic and Reeves. Andre Ayton out there with James. And it's Smart in at the 3. That's the Laker 5. Young for 3, and it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got his 4th rebound in this one. Doncic feeling it out. Fires for 3. Johnson with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Song, the pass to Young. Back to Sarr. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Riley. Off target with his 3.
Not an ideal start to the second half for them. 0 for 3.
And taken away by Johnson. It's Young on the wing. And another miss by Washington.
Just an ugly show for him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly. And that should not be legal. Never seen it.
And his handle might be an underrated part of James's game. Totally throwing off the defender with that move.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Pass to Riley. Johnson, wide open. He fires. Good on the triple. Johnson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside, Smart. Back to Doncic. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ayton. Only 5 games left on the season. Let's quickly take a look at how the playoff field is stacking up out west. Take a look at the Lakers. Unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run.
And you know, for Los Angeles, they're in good position, firmly in the playoff picture. They don't have to worry about the play-in scenario at this point, and that's how they want to keep it.
Hachimura is checked in for Los Angeles. And a switcher also for Washington. Carrington's checked in. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's what his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Sarr's shot is off.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
And the action on hold, as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
Yeah, looks like he's in real pain. Definitely a concern right now.
Look, I'm no doctor, and I know that might be a surprise to a lot of you people, but look, that looked pretty harsh, and he's certainly going to have to miss some extended time.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Hayes, he's checked in for Ayton. Jake LaRavia comes in for James. And it's Austin Reeves in for Luka Doncic. Wizards making a switch here. Vukcevic is checked in. And now let's have a look at the teams that have had the quickest hands in the NBA during the past month. The Lakers in 5th.
What a month they've had defensively. I mean, they've really gotten after it on that end of the floor.
Los Angeles has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Out to the right wing. Hachimura kicks to Smart.
Come on.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
Washington ball.
Here's a look at what's coming up for the Wizards. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Tyrese Maxey and the Philadelphia 76ers. And then on Saturday, they'll take on Norman Powell and the Miami Heat.
And for that game against Chicago, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Smart. Pass to Riley for the lead. Drains it from beyond the arc. Riley's got the lead up to 1 now for Washington.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Here's Hayes. And he finishes nicely on the way. Hayes has got his first basket of the night.
Always ready to put the team first. Reeves wants the ball in the hands of the most ready scorer.
Pass to Coulibaly. Back to Carrington. Three-pointers off the mark. Lakers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements. Now Reeves. Nothing on the board. Takes the 13-footer. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Lakers on top, leading by just 1. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping ability.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. We've got Gill. Carlton Carrington is out there with Trae Young. And it's Champagnie in at the 3 spot.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Young in the corner. Basket good. Young's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Washington.
Incredible focus from Young. He just finds ways to get it done on aggressive defense.
Back to Kennard from outside the arc. Rebound by the Wizards. Young outside. Pass to Carrington. From outside. Does not go in. The Lakers trail. Young with the steal. Let's lose a 3. Trained from outside. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Washington.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And also, they've made it a point to push it off turnovers. They're playing smart and alert, capitalizing on mistakes. With some changes. LeBron's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Smart comes in for Jake LaRavia. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Luke Kennard. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
I was able to listen in on what J.J. Redick was going over with his team. He seems pretty disappointed with the three-point shooting, telling his crew we have to start making more outside shots. I want to see more threes out there. Let's get aggressive. Coach is hoping some big production can make a splash for them.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you.
It's the confidence of Austin Reeves. He just knows what his shot is.
Young outside. From deep. Reeves trips down the ball. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh, the confidence of Doncic.
Ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
Young puts it right back up and in.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
With the step back. Smart outside. Here's Reed. Smart outside. And get the 3. Johnson outside. Now Koulibaly. And the 3 misses.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Now Young, Sarr with the screen on Doncic. Oh, the slam dunk.
Oh, huge basket from the big fella Sarr. This rookie is fearless.
Lakers have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. And they double up Doncic. James, another chance. The board and the bucket for Doncic.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. In the post, covered by Hayes.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Doncic outside. Missed on the three.
You know what? He's got to look to get other guys involved. The three-point stroke is...
Parachutes in for the alley-oop slam.
And this kid has star written all over him. Sarr putting the lead on notice.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Doncic outside. Count it.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. What do you think we're going to see here?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime.
Now, here is Young, and he does not hit. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
So now, let's send it over to the sideline where Allie LaForce is standing by with our player of the game.
Luka, congrats on the win, but a quick turnaround right around the corner. What'll be the key to keeping it going?
Same as today, prepare hard for this game, play good defense, and, just keep attacking them. We just got to prepare ourselves.
Preparation is so much of it. Thanks, Luka. Guys?
As always, Allie, we appreciate it. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us on this presentation from 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Luka Doncic.